You know, I'm not gonna lie, I had no idea this movie even existed until like the day before I started working on this video. The ironic, sick truth is that I discovered this while I was coming to terms with the fact that they made another one of those ape versus movies. You know, ape versus monster, ape versus mecha ape. Yeah, they made a third one. Because the world isn't already in enough of like a dire state, you know? It's just what we needed. And despite this movie being called Heavy Mech 4, you know, implying that there's 3 more of these things out there, after some exhaustive research, aka I spent like, I don't know, 5 minutes on Google, there doesn't appear to be any mention of Heavy Mech 1 through 3. So that's not confusing or anything. So in case you weren't privy, China has a whole industry of low-budget, shitty monster movies that basically serve as their version of sci-fi originals. Or like something the Asylum would fart out. Doesn't that sound like fun? Doesn't that sound like fun to you? Like sci-fi and Asylum level stuff? But unlike Asylum, these movies aren't being made to capitalize on the success of a bigger Hollywood movie and then getting thrown onto a streaming service so some poor, out-of-touch grandma buys it for little Timmy, thinking she just snagged some sick deal on the latest big-budget epic. No, China just makes these things. For the hell of it. Do they money launder in China? They gotta, right? Like, I can't think of any... is it supposed to be, like, indoctrination into something? Dude, I have no idea why these exist. And now, you know, I'm not new to all this. You know, like, I've been around the bush for a long time. Like, I know when a movie has a poster that looks this kick-ass, it's probably not gonna live up to this. I know this isn't going to be China's Rampage or something like that, but like, you know, what if, right? What if? I just had to find out for myself. It kicks off with a group of soldiers bringing a bunch of depleted uranium, I think it's supposed to be, into some random facility in some random jungle, and oh no. Like, I wasn't expecting this thing to have great CGI, but like this, dude, this is like barely a step up from a Nostalgia Critic skit. I mean, at least they got the motion tracking right. Like, it somehow looks competent, but god-awful at the same time, and that, in of itself, takes talent. So anyway, they get attacked by crocodiles. You might be asking yourself, now, how the hell did this highly secure building with reinforced metal doors and, like, some high-grade security system happen to have a random crocodile running around inside it? Well, the explanation is as stupid as you think it is. Apparently, there's, like, a hole under the facility somehow, I think. The subtitles were so bad, honestly, that I had a really hard time just trying to comprehend the plot. I think that's what they were going for. But yeah, apparently the crocodile just wandered in through the ground somewhere. Okay. We then jump ahead an undisclosed amount of time to a team of rescue workers who have come to the same island to conduct training missions with a bunch of robots that look like they're on loan from Boston Dynamics or something. Like, it was at this point I came to a stark realization. An expected one, but stark nonetheless. The poster's promise of a city in ruin, 'twas a ruse, a lie, a fib. If you come into this expecting Rampage or Godzilla, I'm just gonna hold your hand when I tell you this. But if the idea of a bunch of people in the jungle talking to each other and training with robots for half the movie's runtime sounds like it's to your liking, oh goddamn, buddy, you're in luck. Did I mention this movie is exactly 70 minutes long? 70 minutes, and half of it is people talking in the jungle. Yeah. But as it turns out, one of the soldiers from the opening survived the gator attack and has spent his time roaming the island just killing monsters, I guess. Alright, that's a bit of a weird jump though. I mean, we went from crocodiles to suddenly whatever the hell this thing's supposed to be. Like, what is it? Where did it come from? This movie clearly has no budget to speak of. They didn't even bother to give the guy a puppet or like a garbage bag to drag. But it leads to shots like this. Now that's cinema in its most absolute form. Now, I mean, I'm gonna harp on this a lot, but I want to go back to the CGI again, because like the robots themselves, they're obviously animated, but like just like the motion tracking, like they somehow look good but shitty at the same time. Like the physics are so off, but they look like they belong in the shot. It's so weird. It's so strange. There's like a scene where one of the robots is walking behind this chick and it's supposed to be holding a package, but if you look closely, you can see the package is like floating just barely above the robot's hands, yet it still somehow looks decent. It's so weird. Like I said, it takes talent to pull this kind of thing off. And like a half hour in the movie, like past a half hour in the movie, a monster attack finally happens. Again, I don't know what this thing is supposed to be. There's no rhyme or reason to any of the monster designs in this movie. I honestly think they just went online, found models, and just threw them into the movie, because there's no consistency at all. And it just makes the alligators or the crocodiles, whatever the hell they were from the beginning of the movie, stick out like a sore thumb, because why did they have those? And then all of a sudden they have whatever the hell this is supposed to be. Either way, it attacks this dude and his head like smashes into a log in slow motion. It's fucking hilarious. And then after that, the robot helps. Dude, I'd be pissed. These things are trained. Like, these robots are programmed to help people, and it waited until he went running through the jungle and got a concussion on a log, and then it showed up. Like, this thing went to the Drax school of timing.
Mantis, look out!
Wait a minute. Wait one goddamn minute. There's no way. There's no way that they took the same model that was used in Ape vs. Monster.
I think we've got a problem.
Oh my, well, that just solidifies it. They literally went online, found every monster design they could think of, probably on the same site that Asylum found that monster design. Holy shit. Wow, the irony, the coincidence that I was trying to find the third Ape versus Mech, whatever the hell movie, only to come across randomly a Chinese ripoff that also had the same monster model in it. Dude, my brain is just... So at some point in the movie, the trainers or the rescue team, whatever, they stumble upon during another monster attack by some other monster that has some weird design. It's like some fucking armadillo looking thing. I don't know. Either way, they come across the survivor from the beginning of the movie and they team up. But instead of actually just leaving the island, I guess the survivor wants to go back to the facility and finish disposing of the plutonium or whatever for whatever. I don't know why. It's already inside. Like, it was already in the building. Oh, and apparently they explain at some point that the monsters on the island are supposed to be mutated crocodiles. Okay. Okay, sure. I mean, none of these things look like mutated crocodiles, but apparently that's all right. I'm not gonna lie though, the last 15 minutes of this movie, easily the highlight. It's so fucking funny. It's really funny because this island's supposed to be full of these monsters that are supposed to be intimidating, but every single time, without fail, they come across the robots. Anytime, the robots kick their shit in. Like, they just kick their ass every single time. And because of this, and because the robots are always with the human characters, there's never really any risk of the human characters ever actually getting hurt, other than that one. Actually, you know what? Shit, man, I don't know. That one robot didn't pay attention to that other guy who his head hit the log. Whatever. Either way, it's hilarious. Like, the ending of this movie is just an amalgamation of just shitty CGI and physics that make no sense. It's glorious. But there's like a part where the mechs kill what looks like a Hell Knight from Doom. Okay, and you're telling me that thing's supposed to be a mutated crocodile? Fuck off. One of my favorite moments in the entire movie, had me laughing so hard I almost cried, was when the robot just beats the crap out of the armadillo thing, but it doesn't let it get up. It's just like, oh fuck. It just keeps kicking him over and over again. It's so fucking funny. And then it just ends. Like, that's it. It just ends. Like, none of the monsters really get beaten. The island is never really dealt with. There's no conclusion to the plot. The last shot is just them wandering over to like a helicopter that's come to pick them up, and that's it. It kind of feels like a 50s monster movie, how like 50s monster movies, the monsters would get beaten and then immediately the credits would roll. Like, there was never any sort of like epilogue to the story. I don't think that's what they were going for. That's just kind of how it felt to me. Either way, it's whatever. I mean, look, you can find this movie free on YouTube. Just literally look up the title. It's there. My best bit of advice, just skip to like halfway in, like 30 minutes into the movie. That's kind of where it picks up if you're gonna sit through it. There's nothing special about it. It's got some kind of funny parts. Other than that, it's just kind of fucking, it's 70 minutes long. You know, it's probably better than what I was originally trying to watch. You know, Ape versus Mecha Ape New World Order, or whatever the hell it's called. It's probably better than that. I'm still gonna have to watch that though.